It was barely dawn, the city still half asleep, when I stood on my apartment balcony, coffee mug steaming in my hands. The familiar hum of urban life brat below, but my eyes were drawn, as they often were, to the skeletal frame of the New Horizon Tower, a monstrous steel beast rising against the quaint, tree-lined streets of Maple Grove, where my grandmother, Lila Harper, still lived. She was the heart of that neighborhood, a stubborn spark of life at 78, knitting her bright teal cardigans and tending her wild garden. Then I saw Ida glint, unnatural, high in the pale sky. My gut twisted. Another flash, this time with a sickeningly familiar hue. Teal, Lila's favorite shade. Too high, too wrong. I scrambled for my binoculars, hands shaking despite years of steady training. The image snapped into focus. Lila raised me after a car crash stole my parents when I was a kid. Her love was my anchor, her wit sharper than most, her spirit unbreakable. Maple Grove was her kingdom, cozy homes, community gardens, kids on bikes. But the Horizon Tower loomed, a symbol of ruthless development swallowing the neighborhood's charm. Lila, fierce as ever, led the charge against it, her quiet strength rallying neighbors. The real enemy, though, wasn't just the tower. It was Monica Pierce, the new HOA president. Monica swept into Maple Grove a year ago, all sharp suits and sharper smiles, promising to protect property values. At first, she played nice, especially with Lila, showing up at her book club with fancy pastries, praising her community spirit. We bought it hot. She was just a bit pushy, maybe ambitious. But Monica was a wolf in heels. Her HOA rules grew absurd. Permits for backyard barbecues, fines for non-compliant mailboxes. She used the tower's construction, its noise, dust, and chaos as an excuse to tighten her grip, turning the HOA into her personal empire. Lila, with her calm defiance, became Monica's target. When Monica banned gatherings of more than 5 people without a permit, citing security near the construction site, Lila hosted her book club anyway. Monica stormed in with 2 goons posing as HOA security, slapping Lila with a citation. "Rules keep us safe, dear Lila," she sneered. Lila just stared her down. "This isn't safety, Monica. It's control. I don't scare easy." Monica's retaliation was vicious. She declared Lila's beloved gardenia riot of flowers and memories a fire hazard, ordering it gutted or Lila would face crippling fines. Neighbors whispered support, but were too scared to act. Then Monica locked the community tool shed, cutting off elderly residents from their gardening tools unless they kissed her ring. Lila organized a small protest, and Monica branded her a disruptive element, threatening lawsuits. Whispers grew that Monica was cozy with Horizon's developers, Titan builders, spotted in hushed talks with their slick executives. That morning, seeing Lila on the crane, my world shattered. I grabbed my radio, coffee mug smashing on the tiles. "Dispatch, this is Chief Riley, Heights Unit 721. Code 3, CIVY Lien in extreme danger. Horizon Tower, East Crane. Elderly female, 70s, suspended by harness. Full rescue deployment, now. Suspects may be on site of possible kidnapping, assault, terrorism." My voice was calm, but inside I was screaming. The drive was a blur of sirens and white-knuckled panic. How could anyone access a secure crane, overpower my feisty grandmother, and hoist her up there? Monica's cold face flashed in my mind. This was her cruel, theatrical, a message to silence Maple Grove. My team, the best in the business, was already at the site when I screeched to a stop. Construction workers stood frozen, staring skyward. Lila swayed in the wind, a tiny speck against the crane's arm, the morning breeze of brutal force at that height. "Status," I barked, leaping from my truck. Captain Sarah Torres, my rock-solid second, was coordinating. Victims conscious, intermittently responsive, in a full-body harness. Crane static, power on, no operator VY Seibel. Foreman's coming, says the crane was locked down. No work till 8 a.m. I scanned the crane's cab, a glass box high above. Thermal imaging on that cab. Now I ordered. "Sarah, Your ground command. I'm going up. Jack, you sure? Sarah's voice was tight. It's Lila, Sarah, I said flat. No one else. My team strapped me into my rescue harness, checking every clip with grim precision. The climb up the crane's ladder was a nightmare. Wind clawing at me. The city sprawling below like a cruel maze. At the jib's platform, I saw Lila, clearly pale, eyes closed, clutching her harness. Lila, it's Jack. I shouted, wind stealing my words. I'm coming. Her eyes fluttered open, locking onto mine, a spark of hope in their depths. My team set a backup highline from the tower, but the jib was the fastest route. I clipped onto the safety lines, inching along the narrow steel, wind howling like a Lee Vying thing. Sarah's voice crackled in my earpiece. Thermal shows one heat signature in the cab. SWAT's 10 minutes out. Then Detective Tom Hayes broke in. Jack, we dug into Monica Pierce. She's been siphoning HOA funds since day 100s of thousands funneled to offshore accounts. Titan pushed for an audit. She's cornered. It hit me like a freight train. This wasn't just petty tyranny. Monica was a crook, and Lila, a meticulous record keeper, must have found proof, maybe documents left at book club. The crane was her desperate play to silence Lila, terrorize the neighborhood, and dodge the audit. I reached the jib's end, directly above Lila, rigging my descender to a secure rope. Lila, I'm coming down, I said through my speaker. Eyes on me. The rappel was hell, wind spinning us like toys. Lila's eyes, wide with fear, still held her fire. Jack, she rasped, Monica's insane. She came this morning with a thug, said there was a safety issue at the site. An accomplice. My blood chilled. As we passed the cab, I saw Monica, face twisted in triumph, clutching a radio. Then a massive figure moved behind Hera, bald, brutal man, 6 feet 2 inches, show Vying her aside, grabbing the crane's controls. Sarah, red alert. I yelled. Second suspect in the cab. Male, possible pro-operator. He's on the controls. Stop our descent. The crane lurched, metal screaming, swinging us like a wrecking ball. Lila's cry pierced my heart. Monica and her thug were trying to kill us, to make us a spectacle of death. My body slammed into the crane tower, arms shielding Lila. Hold on, I gritted out. It was a battle in the sky, my team racing to cut the crane's power, SWAT climbing toward the cab. Monica's accomplice was a master, each swing a calculated strike. Her face, pressed to the glass, was pure madness, screaming silent curses. Lila was fading, cold and terror draining her. Then a Miraclemy tech genius, rookie Mia Chun, reached the crane's emergency cutoff, a suicidal climb. The crane shuddered to a halt, silence deafening. SWAT's voice crackled, suspects in custody. Chief, you're clear. Relief nearly broke me. We were lowered into paramedics' arms. Lila, trembling but alive, her teal cardigan a defiant flag. Monica, in her guna, disgraced crane operator with a wrapped sheet were cuffed. Her face now hollow, his resigned. Tom grabbed my shoulder. Monica was Titan's fixer, burying their dirty secrets. Lila found proof of illegal waste dumping. This was her silencing act. Lila spent a night in the hospital, demanding tea in her garden by morning. Maple Grove rallied, scrapping Monica's rules, auditing the HOA. News exploded. HOA tyranny, corporate corruption, a grandmother's courage. Monica and her thug faced life sentences for attempted murder, kidnapping, terrorism. Titan's execs were indicted, their project humbled. Lila's garden bloomed brighter, her book club louder. Holding her hand in that golden light, I knew strength wasn't power, it was love, courage, community. But what do you think? Was Monica a mastermind or a pawn who snapped? Should Titan face harsher punishment for enabling her? Could Maple Grove have stopped her sooner? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories that'll keep you on edge.